Although Reptilian had a lot of Godzilla envy.
Oh,
I love how he said, compared to this guy, Godzilla's a pussy. I'm like, what?
It's like, no.
Although I will admit that is a fun movie though.
Yeah. Although that monster there looks like the bastard child of frickin' Godzilla and
That
Gamera.
No, he looks like that. Actually, Reptilian from that movie reminded, or Young Gary is his real name. It's a remake of Young Gary from the old days. It's Korean.
Yeah.
The Korean Godzilla. But no, those ones are pretty good.
Yeah.
Although it's pretty serious how Young Gary dies in the original. He dies and you see his bottom of the lake and he poops. Either bowels release. I'm like, wow, that's gruesome.
That was what happened in the original, and then that one, it's like.
Although in the remake of Reptilian, that he lives.
Yeah.
And he ends up becoming a defender. But although despite the coloring of the monster, it was a pretty well animated. But it also reminded me of the fossil dinosaurs from Power Rangers, the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it always did.
Yeah.
At least the fossils in the ground where they found them. But we're getting off topic. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. A fun romp.
Yes.
And Megaguirus is actually a reference to what's their thing called? Mega Nulon from Rodan, which is what Rodan ate.
Ah.
And apparently these things were also at the same time as the dinosaurs. It's essentially a giant mosquito.
Yeah.
Mixed with a dragonfly.
Yeah, I know that it was definitely one of the more unique monsters that I remember seeing.
Yeah.
It's like,
and there's also
that's ugly.
There's also a subplot where they're trying to get rid of Godzilla with a freaking black hole gun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work twice. And actually, Godzilla blasts Megaguirus pretty bad.
Yeah.
Although the fight was pretty grandiose.
Yeah.
It was very humanistic. And I love the infamous body slam.
Yes, the freaking diving body splash.
And we didn't talk about Godzilla's flying kick from Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Oh,
they do it twice.
We forgot about the infamous freaking
drop kick,
flying drop kick of doom.
Yeah, but then again, I remember these movies are hokey.
Yeah.
Although I think this movie, the fight scenes were a callback to the hokiness of the original.
Oh yeah.
They were drug out fights.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, I was also a major fan of. I'm also a major fan of professional wrestling. I mean, there are some Godzilla fights I've seen where I expect him to, just like spine buster the guy and people's elbow him or something. Ah.
Yeah. But that's kind of interesting. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
And then we have what a lot of people like from the original is GMK.
Yeah.
Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out of attack, and it's great. It is a good callback to the original Godzilla. He is a villain in this, a full-on villain.
Yeah.
And he's just an unstoppable beast.
But then again, I could see where some people will look at that and go, "It's a giant zombie."
It does look like a zombie. I'm not entirely sure about this film, but it's just a big monster rumble.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I really don't have much to say about it. I have no strong opinions one way or the other. And then we have another sort of double thing.
Sure.
That gets really philosophical on us.
Yeah.
At least in Tokyo SOS.
Yeah.
They bring back Mechagodzilla, which is actually from the bones of the original Godzilla.
Yeah.
Which was kind of an interesting idea. Although the bone of the head, the bone head of Godzilla looks a lot like Godzilla's head bone looks a lot like King Kong.
Yeah.
That's probably a callback or something.
Then again, heck, that also reminds me of the Cyberzilla from the Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
anime.
we have to talk about that, which is the original Godzilla from that movie.
Yeah, and
so it's father against son.
Yeah, and it's also one of the more frightening incarnations there because it's like, okay, it's not technically mecha, it's
cyborg.
So it's partly a corpse.
It's like missing. Like why does it have a metal arm?
I don't know why they, RoboCopped him and tore off one of his arms.
I don't know.
But
this is more of a brother against brother.
yeah.
They're essentially brothers.
Yeah,
But I think where the bones were left over, I think that some DNA was left over and that mutated another Godzilla.
yeah.
It's never really clearly explained. It's just like, hey, he's here. And there's a lot of references to other giant monster movies in Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, like Mothra's reference, Bigfoot Gyra,
Yeah.
and the fact that they always invented weapons to help deal with these creatures.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the only incarnation I've seen of Mechagodzilla where I almost
He looks
look
freaking badass.
Well, not only that, but I look at some of his weapons and go, "Did you just rip off Predator? What's with the shoulder cannon?"
Well, they're missile launchers.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's one of those things where I go,
Yeah. Although this looks more like if that Godzilla in the picture was turned into a mech, that's what it would look like.
yeah,
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
yeah,
And then it goes on a rampage.
yeah. Oops.
And then it stops and doesn't do it again until the next film.
Right.
I don't really like the entire design of Mechagodzilla in Tokyo SOS because it looks very steampunkish, into my opinion.
Ah,
And plus, one of the arms was destroyed, and they turned his arm into like a drill, which looks kind of awesome.
yeah.
But they add a lot of lines to it. It's not as
It's not
streamlined. It doesn't look very aesthetic or
very fluid.
very fluid. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like It's like RX-782 Gundam and then Gundam Mark II.
Ah,
Very bulky. More bulk.
yeah.
When you add stuff, you add bulk.
Mm.
And I always thought the effect, they used assisted CG in these films,
Yeah,
but at least they had an actual model to go on.
yeah, and
And you sometimes can't tell the
I
difference with
remember
old TVs.
when, at least not so much when these movies came out, but when you'd see the toys of these things.
They were
in
very well
stores.
done.
Yeah, for, even the cheap American ones, it's like, oh dear God, this is awesome. Where were these things when I was a kid?
Yeah, these movies weren't released in America until like 2004,
Yeah.
with the 50th anniversary, as you can tell from the top. Up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are hard to find nowadays.
Or they're easy if you want to pay an arm and a leg.
Yeah, but they took the bones. They created a genetic computer. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Apparently, they think 10 times faster
Yeah.
than normal computers, and well, they repel them back, and that's about it. And in the next film, Mothra says, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have made a Godzilla zombie, essentially.
Yeah.
And
You shouldn't have tried to play God and make RoboCopzilla.
Robozilla, yeah. And what they decide is like, if you don't get rid of it, Mothra's gonna throw a shit fit.
And they didn't get rid of it.
Yeah, well, Mothra came and helped kick Godzilla's ass.
Yeah.
And they cocoon him like they did in Mothra versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
And they repel him, and then at the end of the credits, we learned that they're gonna do it again
Yeah.
with the genetic.
And it's like, no!
It's like, did you learn nothing?
And of course,
If anyone can tell me what March 23, 1999 means at the end of that film, I don't know what it means.
Me either!
I've looked plenty of times. Yeah. But that was and then we got the 50th anniversary. Final Wars.
Sure.
Final War. Darn it.
Wants to fall down.
Yeah, which was
Essentially, that
it premiered at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, which was stupid. They should have premiered it worldwide.
Yeah. And it was
It tanked,
one.
sadly.
And still.
And it's good. It's good. It's
yeah,
great.
It seems to me like this generation's destroy all monsters.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. They brought out every monster from the woodwork they could find.
Yeah. And, you know, they Godzilla beat the crap out of all of them.
Yeah, and it's... I mean, who goes to see a monster movie during Christmas?
I would.
I would, but...
not sorry for moss.
Godzilla always screams summer to me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad they're doing it in May.
Yeah.
Although this movie was awesome. The fights were amazing.
Yeah.
Granted, they were over the top, but they were great.
Yeah.
Done by Ryuhei. I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name. Ryuhei Kitamura, who did Versus previously. Versus is just darn out insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have to look it up.
Yeah.
And Godzilla doesn't show up to like an hour in. And
yeah.
he was whooping monster butt all over the place.
Yeah, and before then they have, you know, this is one of the few times where they have humans not only fighting monsters, but they have humans fighting humans, and it's not boring.
It's not boring.
I mean, Grant, you know, it's incredibly over the top, but you know.
Yeah, but you're exhausted when you finish it. That's for sure.
And it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
Even the dialogue, while goofy at times, is, you know...
Although it is a combination of things that were going on, like Matrix. Matrix.
Matrix.
Yeah, very big on Matrix.
Dragon Ball Z, I think, had a couple of points.
Oh, yeah, I think there was a DBZ sort of moment.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, heck, he fights the 98 Zilla, and that lasts all of what?
5
Record
seconds.
time!
And they did that just to say, hey, who would win? Oh, we win.
Okay, we went.
Of course, that was a poorly CG animated, though.
Oh, yeah, but then again, it was meant to be in there for a very brief time as boom.
It's a joke. And they recreate that scene from the trailer as well, where he's attacking New York.
Yeah. And then at the end, he fights...
King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Something we thought was Monster X, and then it's like, oh, it's Monster X.
I like to call him Kaiser, though. I like to call him Kaiser.
Yeah.
I think that's a better name.
Either way, it was, you know, something we thought was, oh, okay, it's some new creature, and then...
Well, it matches Godzilla toe for toe.
Yeah. And then it transforms at the end. It's like, nope, it's Ghidorah.
Yeah. And they brought back Gigan for this as well. He looks a lot different.
Yeah, they brought back Gigan twice. I mean, you know...
Yeah, he has the classic hooks and some grapplers. And then they bring him out with fucking chainsaws for hands.
They bring him in as the Cyber Gigan, and
he's got chainsaws for
actually
arms.
Kills that one by
Flaming Mothra, and then she isn't
Mothra.
dead though, because in the credits we see her go back to the island.
Yeah,
which means she isn't dead.
Right. It's like, holy crap, you're alive.
Yeah, and then Godzilla kind of forgives mankind.
Yeah,
that's something we thought we'd never ever see him do.
Yeah,
he's like, I could. And I guess it took sort of a surrogate son to do that.
Yeah,
it's like,
huh, he could kill us, but
you can't keep. The past should stay in the past. You can't dwell on it forever.
Yeah, it is. It has a forgiveness ending, and
then he walks off, and then he's never seen really to be seen again. And it's been 11
dream sequence in.
Oh yeah, Sunny on some I don't know. You know what I'm talking. It's that CGI Godzilla that they use, and that's essentially what we're getting.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, that's I think that was another movie by Toho as well.
Yeah. But yeah, now we've got this newest one coming out.
Yeah. And
it seems to do all of the things that the 98
film should have done.
Yeah. So far.
But apparently they're also doing... It's going to be a bit of a Pacific Rim thing.
Yeah.
Where we had monsters, so we created monsters of our own.
Yeah.
Go big or go extinct, but it turns out creating monsters isn't as easy or as controlled as you think.
Duh! I mean...
Yeah. I don't think Legendary's pumped out anything bad over the years. I mean, they've done 300, and now they're doing 300 Rise of an Empire. Although, aren't they the same guys who do Hunger Games?
I believe so.
Or maybe that's Lionsgate. No, that might have been Lionsgate. I don't know. Whatever. But they're very cinematic and very theatrical.
Yeah, and
that's what we want.
Like I said, thus far it looks like this new film's doing all of the right things.
Yeah, he's gonna fight other monsters, which is what he should have done.
Yeah. He's, going to be very, very large.
He's huge.
Yes. Ginormous.
And hopefully this will get him the respect he deserves in America.
Yeah. However, at the same time, I'm still withholding all major judgment until I actually see it, because I had hopes with the 98 and I saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
So, I'm being cautious.
98 did make a lot of money. Although they kind of cheated us out of money.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you look at it, there's a lot of films that have made a lot of money, and that don't mean squat. You get the right marketing team in there, you can sell anything.
You can make shit look good.
Yeah.
You can call shit chocolate, but it's still going to taste like shit.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they come out with some Godzilla toys.
Oh yeah.
At least for this one.
From what I've seen, apparently they are, and some of them.
Yeah, they're probably not going to release them in stores. I mean, they release Pacific Rim toys, but like $100.
And heck, I know that they released. Why not with the 98 one, and
there was toys all over the place.
The ones after, they still released toys as well, and it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, there's like action bike. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stuff that had nothing to do with it.
98 one has a Godzilla toy where there's a frickin' trigger on his back, and you press the buttons and it does different things. But yeah, so far the future for Godzilla definitely looks bright.
Yep. Hold on.